Damn, that bitch is heavy.
Today we're installing the OpenRoad winch on Sucia.
On what way?
Sucia.
Sucia.
Truck's name's Sucia. Hey guys, hello, we keep it dirty off-road, and today we're going to add a mod to the truck that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and that is put a winch on Sucia. We do live in Southern California, so the need for a winch is not as necessary for off-roading like it is, say, you know, in the mountains or in the Midwest. Out in the California deserts, there's literally nothing for you to winch from besides other trucks. There are situations where we do need winching, and OpenRoad reached out to us about testing out their winch system. So in this video, we're going to do an unboxing. We're going to get it set up on their Cradle system, which I'm really excited for. So it allows us to put it wherever we want on the truck as long as there's a hitch connection. And then lastly, we're going to try to do a recovery with this thing out in the Southern California desert somewhere. And with all the flash flooding we've had recently, we figure a winch is something we are going to need at some point because the trails have been so washed out. Let's get to it. Let's do an unboxing. We got our instructions. We have our winch hook, miscellaneous hardware. Looks like this is your wired remote. The remote's kind of cool. It kind of feels like a joystick.
When's the last time you actually played a remote control game?
Played with my joystick?
Yeah.
This is actually packed pretty well. You have your winch. You get an OpenRoad hat.
Look at me. Oh, you look sick.
You get your wireless remote. Just got white stuff all over it. Ethan, were you playing with this?
Not at all, no. Not what happened.
You have your power cabling. Oh, you have two remotes. That's kind of cool.
I did not play with both of them.
Sure feels like it. You also get a nice plate. Well, let's go ahead and pull all this out so we can get it on there.
There's some white stuff on it as well.
So there you go. There's the kit, all its components. You have your controller. You have your actual winch itself. Looks like it's 3 wires to connect that. It's a 13-pound winch, which is about the max capacity you get with the winch this size. A couple things that I really liked about this. You can get the housing in different colors. So this one, we chose black. We lock all black. Sucia is all black.
Wait, can you get them come in lime green?
No.
Bro.
We picked all black because Sucia is all black.
You soon to be lime green?
You can get these in red. Now, they do have a 9,500-pound winch where you can get it with a lime green rope. They don't have it on the 13-pound winch. Another piece I like, this is a synthetic rope. It's not a metal rope. It's a nice synthetic rope, which I wanted. If I'm going to get a winch, I want a nice synthetic rope. A couple of key features that I want to highlight. This is their 2S Plus winch. It's got an integrated gear system. According to the website, it is 2:16:1 gear ratio. It's a 6-horsepower motor, about 4.5 kilowatts. These controls are good for about 50 feet. According to them, they give you what they call dacrymate screws. I don't know what that means, but apparently these are corrosion resistant hardware. So it's not stainless, it's not anything else, it's what they call corrosion resistant hardware. So we're going to put that to the test. The biggest selling point for this company, for OpenRoad, is their price point. This thing on their website is listed for $500. You're not going to find a better deal for a 13-pound winch. On top of that, they're almost always on sale. The few times that I've seen them, they're already on sale, so you can get it for much cheaper. And for our followers here, you guys will get a chance to get a discount. And we're going to put the discount code information here below, and we'll put it again at the end of the video. So if you guys want to get one, it's a very well-priced winch, very affordable, lots of cool features that most of your low-cost winches don't have. And it comes standard with all of it, right? It comes standard with the synthetic rope. It comes standard with the wireless controller. You can get a cover for it. We ended up getting their Cradle too, and we'll be installing this on their Cradle system. So let's get this assembled and on the Cradle so we can show you guys what that's like. So this is how we're going to mount it onto the truck. This is their Cradle system. Cradle system's relatively straightforward. It's a nice, simple base.
Damn, IKEA instructions.
Oh, look at the size of this thing. So it's a pretty solid base. So we're going to go ahead and get this built up really quick and then get the winch mounted on top of it.
Okay. So let's follow this IKEA instructions down to the T. Can't read. No, I see how it goes. I think it's the ball sticking out. No, the ball's sticking in.
Instructions for the Cradle were pretty good, and putting it together was easy and fairly straightforward. Now the instructions are not the best. They do have a lot of detail, right? Like they have a detail on the winch. They show you all the exploder breakdown of the winch itself, but there's no details on installation. I'm expecting diagrams and all that stuff, and it's nothing but words. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of good stuff in here. Like here's the installation section. But I'm not going to read all this right now. Lubrication installation, cable installation, finally a diagram, winch operation, but it's a lot of words, not much diagrams to really help you with the installation and figure out how this should go. Kind of disappointing. So we're going to have to wing it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of investigation to figure out what hardware is for what. Like which one is for plate, which one's for the piece up top. So the first priority for me is to get the control module on top of this and get it wired.
Is this it?
What does this go into? Just kind of just goes in? Is there holes on this side?
No, there's no holes at all.
How does that go on there then?
I think it just clamps on and you tighten it.
You guys look at this part. It has a clamp on this side and then it has a screw on that side. We're guessing we just kind of put it on and clamp it on. So does that look about centered, guys?
Yeah.
Feels like it's in, but will it stay? That's my concern. It clicks in the back and then you screw it in. So this screw needs to be right below the frame so that it actually holds it in. Oh, I don't like that. Looks like it's touching on the
rope.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern. And I think for us that use this, when we spool it up, we're going to have to keep an eye on that and make sure that we stay away from the rope. Because see that? It's right on the rope right there. So terminal B is red. So that's this one.
Yellow is here, black is there.
And it looks like it's labeled, right? You can see the little bit of yellow there and the black there.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely labeled.
I don't like how tight that is, so we're going to scoot this over.
Oh, no, that's even worse.
Yeah.
You have to back it up even more now.
So I think we're going to get the cable out and figure that out because I don't like how that's touching.
It's going to just vibrate the hell out of it.
One, it's going to scratch the hell out of it, but two, when it's under tension, it's going to destroy the synthetic rope.
Yeah.
So OpenRoad, guys, please keep that in mind with your design. It's definitely an issue. And I think your black cable needs to be a little bit longer. Cable's way too tight. Hate the fact that there's no spacing here. When we start getting going on the trail,
It's going to shake around like crazy.
and wear it out, and if it wears it out, that's a spark. Let's put it on its side so we can figure that out. Hold on.
Oh, damn it.
We have a long black cable. This one.
Okay, what is that for?
This connects to the bottom.
As well?
Yeah. Long black cable, terminal A, connects to the bottom terminal of the motor, and then on the terminal negative connection, and negative terminal to the battery. So this, no, put that in there.
Okay.
And then like that, and then you put the cables on. Okay, let's tighten it up. When it comes to connecting this, guys, this goes to your battery, negative, or you can put this to ground. This goes to your positive on your battery. Now, we're not going to use these right now. What we're going to do next is mount it on that. Now we got to figure out what bolts to use.
Because I'm guessing it's these.
These four?
Because look, if you look at these, the square ones slide in.
Square nut just slides in.
Yeah.
And then we have two sets of washers, so we have a washer and a lock nut. So we'll be able to use both. We're going to put this upside down. This is the outside, so we're going to mount this like this. Okay, I got two holes. You got two holes?
I got two holes. I think we probably should have got the nuts in first before we put the thing on.
Okay, let's do that then. Get all four nuts in. Put it on like that. And then you got to do a washer and a lock washer.
Got it.
Okay, let's put this back over. Now it's really heavy. Beyond the capabilities of this table. The only hardware you have left is a short bolt and a long bolt. And there's a reason why you have a long bolt. You have this guide right here. It's for that. And I think...
It goes washer and unlock thing.
So I think the washer and the bolt goes on the other side and... Fuck.
It's going to be barely any room for us.
We almost should have put this on first. So if you guys do this, you put the plate on first.
Yeah.
At the very least, loosely put it on there and then get it installed. Because this sucks. This is what sucks about not having instructions. OpenRoad, guys, you guys definitely need to work on your instructions. The instructions are a little bit lacking. So after much struggle, we were able to get it in there. Again, guys, if you do this, definitely get this installed first. At least loosely started before you get the rest going.
And if you decide to do it, a magnet and needle nose are your best friend. That's it.
So now that we got it on the cradle, impressions are fairly easy to put together. It sucks that there's no instructions because that could have saved us a little bit of time. We are going to unspool this, and then you guys are wondering how this is going to connect to the truck. Well, there's a couple accessories we got with this. We also had OpenRoad send us their cover. When this thing goes on the truck, it'll be fully covered up with their cover system, which, man, this is tight. And there you go. So this is how it'll stay covered up. It's just an extra level of protection just to keep it protected in the back of the truck. I don't want to just leave it there by itself. So go ahead and take that off, Ethan. So as far as how we're going to connect it, this has to be a mobile solution. So this is not going to stay permanent on my truck. While we are going to use the hitch connection as a recovery point in the back, this is not going to stay permanently in the back of the truck because if I did, it would just fall off. So to connect it, we bought a kit. So we went onto Amazon.
Oh no.
We got ourselves a wiring kit for a winch. Now these wiring kits are designed to give you one carrying bag, but also two, make it easy for you to connect it up to your battery, and I'll show you how. Now we're going to have all this stuff linked on our Amazon page too, but basically this kit gives you a nice long cord, everything you need to wire this up. So there's a couple things that come with it, right? And yeah, it even has gloves. So you get a quick disconnect connector cut, and this will stay with the winch. We'll be able to wire this to the winch permanently and have it all set up there, and have that be a quick disconnect. And most likely we will be using this little dust cover on the quick disconnect. So yeah. And that's protected. And then this other side connects to your battery or whichever battery you want. And you hook that up. And this is about a 30-foot cord, I think, 25, 30-foot cord.
30 feet.
So with the truck being about 19 feet, this should be more than enough to connect it in the back. This also gives us the option to connect this wherever we want. We can connect it to the front and use some soft shackles to hold this towards the front. We can do a bunch of options. So this gives me options, and that's why I like it. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to complete the connections, the jack, and give it a test. There's the positive side. And can you bring me shrink wrap, please? The kit did come with some hardware to complete the connections, but they were a little too bulky for the type of setup that we wanted to do. We ended up getting some 1/2-inch bolts with some nuts, put it together, and then using some shrink wrap, we avoid any contact and try to weatherproof that as much as we can.
You want me to put it on there?
Oh, she's got a dirty butthole. We're gonna have to clean it out. It's nice and dirty.
Hey, you didn't get your tent first.
Moment of truth.
My side. What do you make me do this?
Dad, be gentle. Oh? Here.
Pull towards you. Okay.
Push in a little bit. A little more right there. There it is.
Yep.
All the way in.
Yep. I need the thing.
Here you go.
Where's the picture?
Okay, so now that that's in, we can start running this cable. And you got it tangled.
Yeah. Look at that. That's a dumpy now.
I'm gonna get some tape and like really start holding it up or something, right? So that it's a little bit cleaner. Okay, so that's hooked up to the battery. All right, it's probably better if we go the other way.
Don't let it touch the ground.
Okay, moment of truth. Connected. So this thing right here to release it, you pop it up, put it sideways. So it has a little label, but the label doesn't really help you out. So if you go ahead and zoom out, pop this up and put it sideways, think like that, and that should give us what we need. You see? All right, Ethan, where's the remotes?
I don't know where they are.
I'm sitting there pushing the button even though I have all the gears disengaged.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How do you turn them on? Oh.
Okay. Right now. Keep tension on it, Christian.
Is that a hard pull? Yeah, let me try it. Go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy hell.
Now the hardest part. Yeah, why won't that go in there? So see this opening right here? I actually want to use it just with this because that means that I can use whatever soft shackles or anything that I want. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. It's just too small for that, and this is too big. What makes things worse, included hook doesn't work right either. So this right here is the hook, and the bolt won't go through. See that? There's not enough room for that. Oh, there is, but it's like super tight. Look how tight that is. It's not gonna work. So that's a big concern, guys. Look at that. Look how tight that is. And the ring's in the wrong locations. If we were to put it, say like that, it just gets stuck. Look at that. Touch piece getting stuck. So that's a big concern. OpenRoad. You guys need to spend a little bit of time making sure this actually interacts with that correctly. Maybe there's some cleanup that needs to be done, right? We have to grind that down. And then second, give us a stud that'll work with that, so I can just use that and be able to put whatever D-ring or whatever I want on it. For now, I'm just gonna do that for now. Just to kind of hold it in place, we'll figure something out. Maybe something better. Couple updates from last time. We are going to change the angle of those arms a little bit so it's a little bit higher up. Again, we want to reduce this footprint. As we make a cradle for this, it's going to hold it in the bed. And then I don't like all this loose cabling, so we're going to be adding that material, you know, just kind of spiral wrap to kind of hold the cables a little bit better. And then I got to figure out a way to hold it onto the actual winch. And then I got to fix that too. So we are doing a couple fixes, and I got a new hook. The old hook don't fit. New hook will work with D-rings, and it'll look much better. Get to it. Pain in the butt. And why is it still hot? It's like 90 degrees and it's already 9. I'm sweating up over here. Let's put it in. Okay. All right. All right. Do the Ethan test, Ethan. Now, we gotta wind this back in. There we go. That's in. Now for the bed mounting solution, we went down and saw Eddie and Kevin at H&M to help us fabricate something that would be simple and strong that could be incorporated into our chase rack in the back of the truck. While we were there, since we were having some work done, we also decided there's a perfect opportunity to do a couple of fixes and a couple of updates. One was getting my light and whip mounts working better. The stuff that I got from WOG, it wasn't working all that well. I couldn't use too many different types of lights. I wanted to upgrade to some S2s, and I wanted the whip mounts not to move, so we went ahead and upgraded both of those, and HM didn't disappoint. They also helped me fix my broken exhaust. Now, we broke an exhaust on a previous run, and it was just the type of mount that the Muffler Man installed. It's a typical car mount. It's not really designed for off-roading, and it's too rigid. It doesn't allow any movement. For off-road, you got to have some give, but it's got to be strong. So HM patched up our exhaust and gave us a new solution that's a whole lot stronger, but also had some flex in it with some bushing so that it doesn't break again. Grab it at an angle so you have it there already. The question is, do we want to use a pin? Because a pin you have to lift up a little bit. I think we should use a pin. Is this or use this? All right, Ethan. Go ahead and pull the chuck out. That back in place. And then tie that up, the zip tie back up again.
Zip tie.
Or whatever, the Velcro. Okay, shake it. Still moves a little bit, huh? Shake it again. Okay, try it again. Still moves a little bit, so I gotta add a strap on the other side. Okay, so that's still in the main holding, and then we added a second strap because it twists. And now let's give it the test. Yep, that's not going anywhere. That's good. Now we gotta put the cover on it. Yay! And there she is, with its cover and everything. Now the cover, we couldn't get it in right. I think next time we should probably put the cover on before we do the strapping. But she's strapped now.
Good idea on that. Put it on before you do this.
Yeah. We did have plans to go test out that winch the week we put it in the back of the truck. We were going out to the Mojave, and the whole goal was to test it out in the Mojave and do kind of like a mock recover, get the truck stuck and see how it did. But the trail conditions combined with 110-degree weather made it too dangerous to test, at least not on purpose. Because of all the recent rainstorm and all the flash flooding, a lot of the trails are completely washed out. I mean, the Mojave Road from the 15 all the way to Kelbaker Road was completely gone, replaced with wash, mud, and rocks. Very few signs of the road is left through that area. Trails were really washed out and muddy, so chances are where we were going to get stuck, but with the temperatures being at 110 degrees, a recovery takes on a whole different level of danger at those temperatures. We decided to stay safe and only film a recovery at that point if it was safe to do so or we absolutely had to. Luckily, we made it through okay. Truck's pretty muddy because of it, because we were basically driving on a washed out riverbed the whole time and hoping that we wouldn't get stuck in the mud. We'll give you guys more on that adventure here in the coming weeks. weeks. I still have to edit that video. But shortly after that trip, I also got COVID. I'm actually sitting here right now on day, I think 8 or 9 of COVID, and I still haven't got rid of all the symptoms. It really has taken me out the last week or so, and we've had kind of the gamut of reactions through the house as it goes through the house. My wife didn't catch it. She just kind of got like a small cold. My son, patient 0, he got like a regular cold. To me, it was like the flu, and it's taken me down for the last week. And then my littlest one, he didn't even get it at all. Just the gamut of reactions at the house. We will be doing and filming some recoveries with this hitch, so we do plan on taking it out and testing it here in the future. We want to make sure that it's in a scenario where we can really show you guys the capabilities of the system, but also be safe. Trying to do a recovery in 110-degree weather is just dangerous, and we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to put anybody at risk. But for now, based on what we've seen so far, you're really not going to find a better solution. Mind you, it is not perfect. The provided hook doesn't quite fit. You have to shave it off, and it's not the best, and you should replace it anyways. Instructions need some improvement. Really, guys, take a page from IKEA. Diagrams with less wording is key here. It's better. And then finally, the way the control module is mounted up top leaves a lot to be desired. Even secured down with the bolts pushed down, it moves. There's too much movement, and for us, for high-speed off-roading, that movement will damage the top of the winch, and eventually it's going to wear away the cables. The cables are going to get damaged, so that movement can't be allowed. And then finally, those bolts make contact with the ropes, so that contact is not good, right? That contact's going to wear away at the rope. OpenRoad, guys, those are the 3 items that I would recommend you guys take a look at to make sure you guys get fixed. But as a whole solution, you cannot beat the price of this thing. I got a bunch of ash falling on me. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's ash falling everywhere because we got the Hemet fire down the road too, and thunderstorms, which is kind of interesting. You can't beat the price of the solution, and like I've told you guys before, this is one of the biggest selling points of the solution. Everything you saw here, from the winch to the cradle and the cover, is only $500 from OpenRoad with the discount codes we provided. So with the discount codes we provided, if it's not on sale, you'll get $100 off the winch and then 20% off the cover and the winch plate. $500. You're not going to find something better. You're not going to find anything else to beat it that has synthetic rope, wireless and wired remotes, both 13,000 pound capacity, comes with the cradle and comes with the cover. You're not going to find anything in that price point. And if you add the extra shackle that we added, as well as the cabling kit to make it more of a mobile solution, you're talking an extra $100, $110. So total, you're about $600, $610 solution, all in for everything you need to carry a winch with you on the trails. If you consider the competition, Harbor Freight's Apex systems is what they're called. The nearest winch, 12,000 pound capacity with a synthetic rope, is $650. And that doesn't include the wireless controller, which is extra. It doesn't include the base, which is extra. And there's no cover. All in, this OpenRoad winch, even with its flaws, it's probably one of the best low-cost solutions you can get out there, and for that reason, we do recommend it. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, guys, as we go ahead and take this thing out and start testing it and show you guys how to do recovery in the desert. I think you guys know how to do recovery out in the trees and all that stuff when you have mounting points, but how do you recover in the desert when you don't have anything to recover from besides the people that came with you? We're going to start doing some of those videos and start showing you guys some of those recoveries with this winch and give it a thorough test safely while we're on the trails and on our trips here in the coming weeks. If you guys want to join us on those trips, guys, we announce them all on Instagram, put post notifications on there. We usually announce on Wednesdays, and my runs are all free. I don't charge for none of my runs. I just have some strict requirements because we want to stay safe out there, we want to run fast, and we want to have fun. So for that reason, we have some requirements out there, and each run is a little different. All right, guys, put any questions, comments below. Please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.